What if I told you that you could carry a full Wi-Fi 7 router in your pocket? Not a phone hotspot, but a proper dedicated router. One that handles 32 devices simultaneously, pushing speeds up to 3.6 gigabits per second, and connects to the internet in over 140 countries with no SIM swapping, no contracts, and no faff. That is the Netgear Nighthawk 5G M7, and today we're finding out if it actually delivers. The Nighthawk M7 comes in at £529 in the UK, just under $500 in the US, and that's not cheap. But when you see what you are getting, the prices begin to make sense. More on that shortly. Out of the box, you get the M7 unit, a USB-C cable, a SIM removal tool, and an accessories QR code sheet. Netgear also sent two official accessories alongside the review unit, the Nighthawk Mobile Hotspot Cradle and the Nighthawk Mobile Fast Charger, both of which I have been testing. I'm going to cover these as we go on in the video. Now, the first thing that hits you when you pick this up is the size. This is 83.6mm wide, 145mm tall, and just 16.9mm deep. It weighs 240 grams. It is phone shaped, phone sized, and it goes straight into a jacket pocket. That's genuinely remarkable for a full Wi-Fi 7 router with a 5G modem built inside it. The build feels solid and premium. On the front, there is a 2.4-inch colour screen showing connection status, signal strength, battery and data usage. There's no touchscreen here though. All management is done through the Netgear app. On the bottom, you have a USB-C ports for charging and data, a nano SIM tray, and the power button which can be used to cycle through basic functions on the unit. The battery is non-removable at 3,850 mAh, and the whole thing runs completely silently with no fans, passive cooling only. It does get slightly warm under intense load, but it never gets hot. Powering it all is a Qualcomm Snapdragon SDX72 modem chipset, 5G sub-6 connectivity with 3x carrier aggregation and NRCA support, 4G LTE category 20 with 5x carrier aggregation. The 5G band coverage includes N1, N3, N7, N28, N77 and N78, covering all major UK and European networks. The 4G LTE covers bands 1, 3, 7, 20 and 28. It features Wi-Fi 7 using BE3600, 2x2. Maximum theoretical Wi-Fi speeds is 3.6 gigabits per second, with up to 32 devices simultaneously connected. USB-C wired throughput is up to 2 gigabits per second. There's a 2-year warranty too, and on paper, cellular speeds can hit 4 gigabits per second with the right network behind it. This is what makes the M7 genuinely different. Alongside the physical nano SIM slot for your SIM cards, there's an embedded eSIM built right into the hardware that connects directly to the Netgear marketplace through the app. So, for example, you land in France, open the app, buy a European eSIM plan, and within minutes, every device connected to the M7 is online. There's no last-minute SIM shopping, no roaming calls, and no admin. Netgear's eSIM plans cover over 140 countries, with flexible short-term packages with up to 30 days maximum. Now, the eSIM costs are something to pay attention to. A £9 plan gets you 3 gigabytes for 7 days. 20 gigabytes cost £35. These are much more expensive per gigabyte than a contract SIM, and the packages are on the smaller side. But the eSIM gives you something no physical SIM can. The M7 constantly hunts for and connects to whichever network has the strongest signal at that very moment. It's not locked to one carrier's coverage map. That makes it ideal for travel abroad and low to medium data use. For everyday UK use though, you are genuinely better off putting your own unlimited data SIM in the physical tray and experience no data cap worries at all. The trade-off there is that you are then tied to just one network's coverage. So both options have pros and cons, but the M7 handles either of them equally well. You can also run a third-party eSIM from your own carrier, so you have free connectivity options available to you from a single device. The Netgear app on iOS and Android handles everything. You've got SIM and eSIM switching, data monitoring, guest networks, security settings, and eSIM plan purchases. The setup is quick and the app is genuinely well designed, making for a simple yet comprehensive experience. One feature that does not get enough attention is Wi-Fi offloading. The M7 can connect to an existing Wi-Fi network, for example in your hotel, a conference venue or a local coffee shop or even in an office. It can then rebroadcast that connection to all your connected devices as a secure private hotspot. So instead of reconnecting 5 devices every time you change location, you simply update the M7 once and everything else follows. It also puts your own security stack between you and that public network, with WPA3 encryption, built-in firewall, MAC address filtering, URL filtering, and hidden SSID support. For anyone handling data on public Wi-Fi, then this is a serious security key feature. One minor current drawback is that carrier messages to a physical SIM cannot be reviewed or deleted through the app, so it will eventually flag the storage as full. It's a small irritation, likely stored in a future update given automatic firmware updates are already happening. In strong 5G areas, the M7 delivers well. City centre testing produced download speeds of 108 to over 250 megabits per second, with uploads between 8 and 48 megabits per second. Multiple devices ran simultaneously, all whilst web browsing, making video calls, streaming media, and even uploading files, with no slowdown experienced. Weak signal areas are a different story, however. 4 to 15 megabits per second on a poor Vodafone 5G connection. Barely enough for most basic use, but switching to EE via the eSIM in the same spot immediately jumped to over 200 megabits per second. That network switching capability is a genuine performance advantage. 4G works much better, not in terms of connection speed, but that's to be expected compared to the newer 5G network system. But it had more reliable connection status simply due to the fact that it's got a much wider coverage area. The speeds on 4G were surprisingly solid, however, reaching between 3 and 60 megabits download in most areas. The M7 tends to favour the 5G signals, however, and there's a much more beneficial system to work on, but it's good to know that there are other options in many areas. Now, I don't want to just rely on published testing data online. I ran 3 of my own real-world tests. The first being a garden function with 27 devices connected simultaneously to this little device. 27 phones, tablets, laptops and smart speakers. It all ran perfectly and didn't skip a beat. Speed stayed over 90 megabits per second under that load too. The spec sheet says 32 devices and I pushed it to 27 and it held up without any complaint. The second one is a road trip through multiple parts of the country, including the rural roads of Lincolnshire. The kind of roads where you'd expect to lose signal quite frequently. The M7 never dropped out once. It kept intelligently switching to whichever network had the best signal at any given moment, completely seamlessly, with everyone in the car staying connected the entire time without a single complaint. And then third is my mother's house. And if you know rural mobile signal in the UK, you know exactly what I mean when I describe it as a signal pit. I've never had a phone get a usable data connection there without connecting to her home broadband. I plugged the M7 in, and it found the best available network automatically, and it delivered 32 megabits per second, in a place that has beaten every phone I have ever taken there. That is the result that actually impressed me most on this device. The battery life is rated at up to 10 hours. Real world active use is more like 6 to 8 hours, which is a full working day for most people. Standby mode is excellent. I got 5 days of light use and occasional connections before needing a charge when testing it. The device charges via any USB-C source, including power banks, making it super versatile. Netgear sent the Nighthawk mobile fast charger, the MHPA DPT. It's available at £16.99 and it's a 27-watt unit supporting USB power delivery 3, Qualcomm Quick Charge 4 Plus and PPS protocols. That means it basically negotiates the fastest possible charge rate with the M7 rather than just pushing a standard 5 volts continuously. It also includes interchangeable plug adapters for UK, European, US and Australian sockets in one compact 43mm 82-gram unit. For a travel device, £17 for that is a no-brainer. The Nighthawk mobile hotspot cradle, aka the MD200 seen here, is sold at £89.99 separately, and it completely changes what the M7 can do when you are at a desk. Slide the M7 in via the USB-C and you get 2 gigabit Ethernet ports on the back with continuous charging while docked. It's got a built-in cooling fan for extended use and status LEDs for power, LAN and WAN. There's no need for drivers or configuration. The headline capability which you gain from this cradle is fixed to cellular failover. Set the M7 in the cradle as your secondary internet connection at home, and if your main broadband drops, it automatically cuts over to 5G from the M7. For a home office or small business that cannot afford downtime, that is real resilience for under £90. The M7 plus the cradle plus the fast charger gives you a complete portable and desktop connectivity solution for under £630 all in. Right, we've got to talk about the pros and cons of this. And on the plus side is that the M7 is a genuinely pocketable design that no competitor at this spec level matches. You've got Wi-Fi 7, the latest wireless standard, in a device this size. Global eSIM across 140 plus countries with automatic best network switching. Real-world 5G speeds well over 200 megabits per second in good coverage areas. It handled 27 simultaneous devices at over 90 megabits per second in my own testing. It stayed connected across rural Lincolnshire without a single drop, and pulled 32 megabits per second in a location where no phone has ever managed a connection. Excellent standby battery life too, and strong security stack features. Wi-Fi offloading and a desktop cradle accessory that turns it into a proper fixed broadband backup. And then obviously on the minus side, there is some available here. Performance is entirely network dependent. Weak 5G means weak results. Netgear's eSIM plans are expensive per gigabyte with small package sizes. It's not suited to heavy everyday use. Non-removable battery is sometimes a negative for some people. No touchscreen means the app is always required for configuration. And the cradle and fast charger add nearly £107 on top of an already premium unit price. The Netgear Nighthawk M7 is one of the most impressive portable connectivity solutions that I have personally tested. With Wi-Fi 7, true 5G, a global eSIM, a physical SIM slot, and an accessory ecosystem that extends it to a full desk setup, all in something that fits into your jacket pocket. Netgear have built this for people who need to be online anywhere, on any network, with any number of devices, without the admin headache. £529 is a significant outlay, but compare it against international roaming charges across multiple devices, the security risk of public Wi-Fi, or simply burning your phone's battery as a permanent hotspot, and the value case does actually hold up. It's something that I've been left incredibly impressed with. If you travel regularly, work remotely across multiple locations, or simply want the freedom of a private, secure network in your pocket, the Nighthawk M7 is absolutely worth serious consideration. Links to the products page and both accessories are in the description below. If this review was useful, a like and subscribe genuinely helps the channel. I'm Gadget Joe, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.